Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. We are back. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show. And then you know by now that every Tuesday and Saturday we do the show. And guess what? Pete said he'll join me on Saturday. He has been all over the world. He has been in China, apparently. He has been in England and all stuff like that. He will tell us how did it go about over there. The good news is was with his grandchildren, which is quite important because at this stage, grandchildrens are very important. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. This is TBR SSF Show, which simply means the Big R Solution Sports Forum. And then we are going to be together. Re kaofela re mmoho, sisonke singwe rotle, the beat goes on. Now, today, this is where I'm going to start. We saw that Mamelodi Sundowns were very angry at the coach, Cardoso. They were very angry at the technical director, which is Fleming Berg. I'm sure you know my opinion as far as that is concerned. But what excites me most is the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns has issued a statement as far as that is concerned, which is quite what we are asking for. Give us the news. In this day and age of technology, there's no way people can say we can give you a statement, we don't know where you are. Remember, there are so many podcasts now, which is good. The more they are, the more the voices are, the better. Because in the past, we used to have few, and then once you monopolize those few, it becomes a narrative. So now we've got the multiple of voices, which is good. And then with different opinion. Of course, you're not going to agree with them. You'll agree with some, you won't agree with them. Yours is to continue with your business. Like all of us, we need to continue for our business. So, and this day and age, as I said, you can just issue the statement via X, the formerly known as Twitter. You can have it on Facebook, which has a very wide reach. So yeah, then people who have information can go to the traditional media, your newspapers, your radios, and stuff like that. So why not? Very important. So I'm very pleased with Mamelodi Sundowns having released the statement because this is what we've been asking. If we don't know the information, of course, we'll talk whatever what we think. We'll speculate, and speculation is not right. It will cause a lot of confusion. But before I go there, I just want to say there's a gentleman that I really like to follow from Sunday World, Khomutso Mukwena. He does very nice stories on Sunday World. And then he was talking about this past Sunday, the VAR rollout stalls despite the 20 million pledge from the minister, Minister Mackenzie. You can get a copy. I know it's gone. You can get a copy and read a very nice read there. But in a nutshell, he was just giving an update that VAR is on its way. We know that Minister Mackenzie once said, Dr. Ivan Khoza, we all heard when he was in Parliament that he was not involved. And how can you sideline such a very key stakeholder? So on the basis of that, he apparently the minister wants to meet Dr. Ivan Khoza because remember, these are going to be the consumers, the PSF are going to be the consumers of this VAR technology. And then which it will help us, we make the decision. And then, and then we know there are controversies week in, week out, but this at least will minimize some controversies. You see what's happening in other parts of the world. The noise has subsided because of the VAR usage. So that's the story that you can get it and read. And once we are there, I want to say before I go any further, today is the birthday of Dr. Ivan Khoza. Dr. Ivan Khoza, this is his birthday, and then we celebrate him because the man has done a lot for our football. can have flaws there and there, like anybody else. We are human beings who have flaws, but in terms of building the brand, PSL, he has done exceptionally well. We are happy with that. Although if you ask me from where I'm sitting, I still want to see PSL be governed by people who are independent, completely independent, who are not affiliated to any team, because you know what's happening in Spain with the boss of the league there being a fan of Real Madrid. So it creates so many perceptions, and everything perception is important. But in terms of building the football locally, Dr. Ivan Cos has done well. If you look at DDC, you know, most of the players that we have today, they are from DDC. And this was his idea together with his team. They conceptualized this idea because football was dying in our townships. We used to have our own local association, but they were not progressing as much. And I hope SAFA will also focus on that going forward. As much as I argue and say SAFA has done well so far, but I think that's another area that they need to look at. We used to have the local leagues, local associations, but that now DDC has come in to close that gap, and I think SAFA can also play a major role. Now, go back to Mamelodi Sundowns statement. The Mamelodi Sundowns statement, we saw allegedly the Fleming back was, hit with something that had a liquid inside, whether it's water or what, we don't know. And then Mamelodi Sundowns, they were very, very upset with the incident. And now the statement that has been issued by Mamelodi Sundowns, it simply says, Mamelodi Sundowns condemns the behavior and the conduct of few ill-disciplined supporters who were disrupting members of the Sundowns technical team as they were leaving the stadium after Sundowns and Al Hilal match. And Sundowns has always encouraged active supporter participation and engagement, which must always be with respect and courtesy. I like that. It must always be with respect, as one of the R words. Respect goes a long way. And Mamelodi Sundowns will not tolerate any threat, illegal behavior, or intimidation by any of its supporters or fans at any of its matches. Appropriate legal or disciplinary proceeding will be initiated against those who conducted, whose conduct is found to be illegal or contrary to the policy or the rules of Mamelodi Sundowns. The players and technical team of Mamelodi Sundowns are focusing on retaining the league title and successfully competing in all competition. This can only be achieved with support and encouragement of Mamelodi Sundowns supporters. So they're calling for you as supporters of Mamelodi Sundowns to be behind the team, encourage the players. They need your support. And I saw Eric Tinkler was asked. Then he said he's a little bit worried because Mamelodi Sundowns is doing well. He's still there, among the title race, and they are still in the CAF Champions League. And then he does not understand because remember, key is results. If results are good, what is it? Okay. And then I don't know what could be the reason. But I think people are comparing this Mamelodi Sundowns and the previous Mamelodi Sundowns of Ulan Mokoena and Pitso Musimane. So this one, I think they're having a problem. Where I have personally a gripe is the influx of the South Americans players. I don't have a problem. That doesn't mean I'm xenophobic. But as we do this, we also have to think of the national squad. If you have 5 or 6 foreigners in the squad, what's happening to the national squad? So maybe that could be one of the reasons why England is so struggling. It's flooded with foreign players, and then hence when they have to select their nationals team, it becomes a struggle. But at the same time, if you don't allow foreigners to come and participate, are we also saying our players should not go to other leagues in other parts of the world? We also balance this thing and look at that. But let's look at what people are saying in terms of the message that I got from Facebook, because I need to qualify this. I got it from Facebook. They said Cardoso participated in at least 7 distinct cup competition and seasons. E.g., he won the Ukraine Cup, and then the Taga de Paul, and then Allianz Cup, Taca da League in Portugal, Copa del Rey in Spain, Tunisia in Spain, Tunisian Cup, Nedbank, MTN 8, Carling knockout in South Africa. So if you look at that, the man has done well. I mean, he competed in all this competition. In these, he played around 18 matches and total across those listed, with exits mostly in early rounds, quarterfinals or semi-final. No other finals beyond Ukraine win. So in other words, in total of all those competitions that he participated in, he would always be knocked at either the early rounds or quarterfinals or semis, and then accept the Ukraine win. So people are looking at that and saying, now, how do you feel that he's the best coach to coach Mamelodi Sundowns? Not necessarily that Mamelodi Sundowns are saying it. I think Mamelodi Sundowns are saying the mere fact that the coach is there, we need to respect and support the coach while he's still there, which was something very bad. While others, they were calling the names of Pizzo, I don't think it wasn't tasting good to look as if Pizzo had a hand in that. Although, in essence, we know that is far from the truth. But if you ask me from where I'm sitting, I think Mamelodi Sundowns need Pizzo now than any other coach. If you ask me from where I'm sitting, I remember Pires in Spain. At some point, he fired Castello, who has done well, won the Champions League, won the league, but he was playing a boring football, all right? Because it's football, as much as it's football, we need to win titles. Results are important, but entertainment too. Pires believe that it has to be there because people are interested to watch an entertaining team. Of course, all of us, if we watch football, we want to see an entertaining football. If you don't see an entertaining football, you switch off, you move to watch another game. Why most of us enjoy watching Barcelona? Because we know that the football that they're playing is very exciting. I don't know whether you saw the goal that has been scored by Lamine Yamal, a very brilliant goal. At his age, I think that's the young man who can come closer if he can step up his discipline and ensure that he works hard as much as Messi did. Although there will never be another Messi for the next many, many years, but I think he's going to do well because looking at his age, he's doing exceptionally well. So we need an entertaining football. Kaiser Chiefs, for instance, it used to be very entertaining during the time of Doc Kumalo, during the time of the late Shoes Mosweu, may his soul rest in peace. Fanny Matite, Samora Kulu, Ace Kuse, they were playing a very beautiful football. Ace Nzweleng, and then name them. Currently, while they're coming, I'm happy with their performance in terms of results. They are number 3, which is good in the local league, and they're also doing well as far as the CAF is concerned. But we still want that entertainment. If there's no entertainment, I think that's what drives up the fans. That's what makes the fans not to go to the stadium. So maybe the fans are coming from that point of view. But I fully agree with Mamelodi Sundowns. Respect come at all costs. Like Mamelodi Sundowns say, we encourage engagement and participation of the supporters, but you cannot exclude the respect. And one of the things that was very worrying, apparently when this thing was happening, Fleming was with his family, wife and the kids. You cannot disrespect a man like that. We'll see whether Mamelodi Sundowns will be able to identify those people and take action. If they will appreciate, but I would say go further and say, and maybe you need to engage fans more. Remember during the times of Louis Chakwane, Alex Chakwane, those old PROs, if there were issues like this, those guys, they'll be running all over the country and have supporters meeting and engage the supporters and talk to them and find out what is their frustration. People like Saddam will also do their level best, to talk to the supporters. I think that's what Mamelodi Sundowns should also double up. As much as they feel this was not good, but they should also engage them. But fortunately, it's captured in the statement that they encourage that. So yeah, we will look forward to that. Now, I've received another statement from AFCON. I don't know how true is that, because I got it from Facebook. So which says, remember there was an issue of ill discipline during the cup final of Senegal and Morocco. And then, so I got this one from Facebook from Abdu Kadori. All right. He said, according to confirmed reports, the disciplinary committee has completed its investigation, and this report is only waiting to be activated and implemented within the Confederation, within the African Confederation. After completing all the legal procedures, the investigation findings are as follows. 1, suspension of Senegalese coach for 5 years. 2, suspension of Senegalese national team goalkeeper for 2 years. 3, suspension of players who left the field for 1 year. 4, fine of 20 million US dollars imposed on the Senegalese Football Federation. And then 50% chance withdrawal in the 2025 Morocco tournament title, banned from participating in 2026 World Cup. A clarification, this report is final in terms of investigation, and what remains is only the official announcement implemented by CAF. We'll wait. As I say, I got it from, I think it was Facebook. We'll wait for CAF to announce this. If really those are the issues, they sound a little bit harsh, but I don't know what informed them. So probably there were issues that advised them to come to those conclusions. And then we'll watch this page very closely. Now, let's check again, going further, talking CAF, the fixture of the Champions League. Here is it, week 23. Al Ahly, they'll be playing, which is 28 January, Friday. They'll play Young Africans. And Mamelodi Sundowns, they'll play Al Hilal, 28th of Jan, and then, which is today, if I'm not mistaken. No, which is tomorrow. I'll watch that space. And then Saturday, the 24th January, no, this is the past one. 24th of February, Saturday, 24th January, and then I can't see properly. And then 25th, I think the most important relevant one is this one of the 28th, but we'll check what's happening there because it doesn't sound like something is correct there. And then now let me check the results for Kaizer Chiefs, CAF. I'm sharing this as I normally say. If Saddam shares it with me, why not? Why not? Can I show people? And then the other teams, if they don't share information, it will be difficult. As you can see there, they won, and then Kaiser Chiefs, and then here are other games which the teams also played well. So yeah, we'll watch the space and see how things are going to unfold going forward. Remember, the Betway Premiership is back, and then so because it's back, we are looking forward to watch our games as we normally do, and then and then I think starting from what is this, the 27th, which is today. I'll be showing some of those features this week, how things are set up. All right. And then now remember, EPL, they continue. They've been playing. So I'll also show you the results of the EPL so that you can be able to see. Now, the other topic that I want us to discuss, but I'll discuss after I've done the book, it's around the World Cup. It looks like the World Cup may undergo problem. There are teams that wants to, to withdraw from the World Cup due to whatever that is happening in the world. Now, here's the fixture, as you can see here. 27, which is today. It is Kukune United. They'll be playing Mamelodi Sundowns at 7:30. Lamontville Golden Arrows, they'll be playing Stellenbosch today. And then tomorrow, Kaiser Chiefs will be playing Marumo Gallants. And then it's an away game. So hopefully Saddam will go there and entertain people as usual. You know, Saddam loves Kaiser Chiefs so much. So he can do anything for Kaiser Chiefs. Now, while they're still there, let me also share the Premier League. Not Betway Premier League, EPL. These are the results of the EPL. Very disappointing. Arsenal, I thought this year is the time that they are going to take the league. They lost 3-2 to Man United. And I watched that game. Man United has come of age. They are playing well. They are playing exceptionally well. Now, I don't know whether this would be attributed to the coach who left or will be attributed to Carragher. Because I think the coach who left laid the foundation, because the majority of those players who were signed by him, they are the ones who are delivering. It's nice to see Man United rising again, because Man United are one of those teams who are the backbone of the EPL. So if they struggle, the EPL will also struggle. West Ham, who are always the pretenders. I'm saying the pretenders because they play well and then expect some miracle, but they don't break the ceiling. They've won 3-1 against Sunderland. Fulham, they also won against Brighton 2-1. And Burnley, they also played 2-2 against Spurs. Man City, Peter Stirrup, the Man City man, your team has won 2-0 against Wolves. And then, I feel sorry for Pete. But one thing for sure, they're still there, and then we'll watch the space. How far can they go? Then Bournemouth, they played with Liverpool. They lost, or they won 3-2 against Liverpool. Liverpool's dry spell is back again. And then Chelsea, they also won against Crystal Palace 3-1. Newcastle, they lost against Aston Villa 2-0. And then Bradford, they lost 2-0 against Tottenham Hotspur. Arsenal, that's the one I was talking about. They lost against Man United. And then Leeds, Lucas Khatebe's team, they played 1-1 with Everton. So those are some of the games that played. Now, before I go any further, I just want to remind you that, remember, we are a financial company and we are educating about finance. At all times, we try to make sure that people become educated. And then because if people are educated, people will behave better. So now what happened at Loftus, as you can see, Mamelodi Sundowns issued a statement emphasizing on the respect, which is one of the principles of TBR. It's part of It's part of encouraging people to do things with respect. That's very, very important. So now, all these principles, you get along, especially when you read. You know, when you read, it gives you power. It also gives you what you call, it also gives you confidence. You become confident, and then when you talk, you'll talk uprightly, knowing very well that no, things are going to, pan out well. You'll be confident to do whatever. Now, the first section of the books, and I'm going to share them. Let's start here. The first one is this one, the book, this one called Secrets for Becoming Rich. This book, um, it is in both first and second edition, and then it is also you can find it in first and second edition. This is the second edition. It teaches you about money, and then it teaches you a lot of things so that you can learn. And then the other book that I want to it's a nice read. It's up to you. How do you think about it? This one by Robert Marawa, a very nice book talking about his experience in football, what he experienced with his, you know, that Robert is a broadcaster. I think is one of the best in this country in terms of numbers. And then, so he's articulating the journey that he went through. So it's a very nice read, especially if you want to be a broadcaster or in any parts, in any life. If you want to succeed, just read that book. You'll understand the sacrifice that you went through. So, because it's not easy, life is something else. Now, here's another one by Andile Nkritama. It's called Black Can't Be Racist. All right, you can get it. And then I know he said he'll be releasing the second one very soon. So I'll be sharing the news of that at the later stage once I've received the copy of the book. So those are some of the books that you can get. You'll see at the end of the show, there is a WhatsApp. Drop us a WhatsApp if you want the book, if you want any financial services or financial education, you can drop us a WhatsApp and then engage with us. So now, let's, I don't know whether you've heard, I'm sure you are also aware of the fact that we know that some countries are not happy with what is happening. They are not happy about the political environment. Remember, America has issued some visas, some countries are banned. People, people, we have seen the protests. Now, people are now a little bit scared. It's like they are, withdrawing. Apparently, people are starting to say that they're not going to the showpiece, which is the World Cup, very big event. And I don't know what's going to happen because if I'm not mistaken, there's an impeachment process that has started in America, which simply means that the president of America could be impeached. And once he's impeached, so obviously they need to have a new leader. I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know if people understand the magnitude of the World Cup because World Cup has a very huge impact economically because people are going to book the venues and then the teams, apart from the teams, the supporters, and then you have teams in Europe who their sponsors are sponsoring. And here, for instance, Germany has already indicated that they may withdraw. Now, there is a suspicion that if Germany withdraw, there is another theory that some European countries, they may also withdraw. People are throwing big names there. Your England, your France. Now you can imagine those teams are sponsored by companies largely from Europe, and they are looking forward to make a killing. in the World Cup, because it is not sport for sport, sponsorship for sponsorship. It is sponsorship, and then with the purpose of making it that they get the return in their investment. So now, if the teams from their countries and then their sponsors, they withdraw, the chances are the sponsorship may also be in doubt. I don't know what's going to happen because there are also legal issues involved. It's not going to be easy. We don't know. We'll watch the space very closely. But it's very interesting. We are looking at so that when you look at the news, look broadly, look at those news that are unfolding, because they may have a serious impact, and then that serious impact may really devastate the World Cup. We'll watch the space very closely. So yeah, those are the news that we are hearing from the grapevine, that these are things that may happen as far as football is concerned. So we are watching very closely what's going to happen if really Germany withdraws. What's going to happen to the teams? You know, not only the German teams, of course, they'll withdraw because politics decide at the end of the day. So it's not a child's play. This is a serious threat to the World Cup. We'll watch that space very closely and see how things unfold. Yeah, and then now let me continue to say, guys, let me give you some of the books that we have, because now we are increasing in terms of the number that of the books that we can share with you, so that you can be able to grab a copy. And the power about reading. You can read anytime. You don't have to have a specific time. You can decide now, I wake up and then I'm reading. One of the books that I wrote is this one, How I Turned 500 Rand into a Million Rand Business. You can do the same if I can do it. Everyone is possible, you can do it. And this book, the nice part about it, it is both in hard copy and also in a soft copy in terms of ebook. The ebook, you can get it on Amazon. So yeah, you can get the book from there. And then yeah, the other book that I want to share with you is this one, Nom Samarsburg, Entrepreneur Awaken with the Drive. So I think this book, you can learn a lot, because Nomsa is in the hospitality business. So that will show you a lot how he has done her business. Now, the other one is by Luther Libelo. Luther Libelo, he has traveled a lot. He has worked for big companies, very educated, and then he's got law in his background, he's got marketing, he's got a whole lot of things. So he wrote this book, Consciousness of Being God. So I think we can learn one or two from Luther, because it's all about that. It's all about learning for us to proceed to another level. Then the other book is this one, a very good friend of mine, Dr. Darlene Small, How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money. This lady worked for the Reserve Bank for 33 years as an economist, as an advisor to the governors of the Reserve Bank. The last person she advised was the late Mr. Tito Mboweni. So yeah, we can lay a hand on the book, then I'm sure you'll learn something. Then the other book is this one, How to Get Out of Bad Debts, Use Other People's Money and Resources to Get Rich. So you can also get this one. Just check our WhatsApp. And the other book that I want to indicate that look out for it is the upcoming book by Chomani, the former City FM presenter, who's now running his own business of funeral parlor. And then I'm sure you can learn a lot also from that book. So yeah, Masandawana, what's your feeling? I think Mamelodi Sundowns came up with a position to say they are not going to allow unruliness. So I hope you'll be able to assist going forward. And then Mamelodi Sundowns management, you did well by issuing a statement, but I'll also make an appeal to you as Masandawana to say, start engaging fans. I'm not saying you're not doing it, so maybe you're doing it, we are not aware. In the past, I know teams, that is why Chief is still a big brand, because they were entrenched among the supporters, because people like Louis were there to go and motivate the fans to support the team. Yeah, we'll watch the space very closely and see what's going to happen. And then, so thank you for those people who are subscribing, and then and also not only subscribing, commenting, and also we are encouraged by the fact that you are following us. Remember, it's your choice. It's your choice to follow any podcast. So thank you so much. And then I would like to say we are looking forward to talk to you again come Saturday. Pete, I think, will be here with me, and then we'll be looking at the English League very closely and see what's happening. I thought Arsenal would take the league this year, but I don't know. But maybe it's part of those things that should happen in between. You need some stumbling, and then they strengthen you. But they played a very good, beautiful football. And then even Man United, they were playing a very good football. They look very encouraging. For first time, Man United was playing very entertaining football. For me, that is why I used to watch them. But now I'm not watching them anymore. Now I watch largely Barcelona and Inter Miami. All right, so the last part of the show, I cannot go without doing this one. The Messi special. We know that Messi was in Peru, and then being in Peru, I saw something, something amazing. The people who were there to come and welcome him. At some point, I was a little bit worried. They were showing him going out of, I think it was a place. The crowd were there swarming him. The the security guys were struggling to stop. Sometimes I get worried. I say, hey, anything can happen here. I hope he's safe because we still need this guy. And that is why I'm a little bit worried about this doubts around the World Cup, because I still want to see what Messi will do this coming World Cup. I wish him the best. He's my favorite, as you know by now. That is my favorite. Messi has been my favorite, just like Jomo Sono used to be. Jomo has been one of my favorite for a very long time. And then the other person that I really, really enjoyed watching was Doc Kumalo. Okay, yeah. And this is what happened when he arrived in Peru. As you can see, he was arriving there, and then there were lots and lots of people lining up the street, others wanting to touch him, take pictures with him. And the good thing about this guy, I don't know, he epitomized some characters that are unique. He always responds to fans, whether he's a youngster, he's a woman, or what. He's an adult. This guy is something else. I think we'll learn a lot. And then the numbers, they were staggering. Now, look at this one. This one is really, really amazing. This player has a tattoo of Lionel Messi, all right, on his thigh. Can you believe that? And this guy, and then he cried, after Messi exchanging shirt with him. He really cried, literally. He said, I grew up watching this guy, I've been a fan of this guy. And then I was looking, I never thought that one day I'll play against him, he'll share a shirt with me. What a brilliant thing. Lionel Messi is a genius, all right? It will take years and years to get a player of this caliber. Yes, I can see Lamine Yamal is coming I can see Mbappe is doing well. But Lamine is the one who's more promising because Mbappe, I think, is 27, if not 25. If he's 27, he has already missed the 4 Ballon d'Or in a row at the age of 25. So there are some records he won't be able to break. But he has already admitted that, you know what, some of Messi records are unbelievable. You know, they are there, they will never be broken. It's gonna take years. You know, I still say, if you ask me, I still have to see a player who would be at Jomo's level. For me, Jomo has been number 1, Ace Ntweleng number 2, Teenage Lanzaman number 3, Doc Kumalo number 4, or Andres Namasego number 4. But if I am to choose between the two, I think Doc Kumalo. Doc had a huge impact compared to Panyaza Masego. But Panyaza Masego was really a gem. So, gentlemen and ladies, and whoever is watching, thank you so much. And then please, we are looking forward to be with you. I thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. We are back. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR, which simply means the Big R Solutions. Here I'm representing the company called the Big R Financial Service Provider, Financial Services, which is an authorized and registered service provider. Our license number is FSP 47430. I'm talking to all government employees, age 55 and above, who are already thinking of exiting the system. They either want to go on pension or they want to resign. 2 things that comes to mind. How do I save? How do I save on penalties? How do I ensure that the tax is not so huge? What can I do to make sure that I achieve those goals? Now, if you want to know how to achieve those goals, come to us, drop us a WhatsApp, we'll call you. The WhatsApp number is very simple. It's 067 915 1447. 067 915 1447. Drop us a WhatsApp. Don't call, but drop us a WhatsApp. And then we are working together with Allen Gray on this product, on this project. So Allen Gray is our product supplier. So we assist people using that product supply. So it's up to you to give us a shout or drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.
Kgotsong, ke le tsebetsa ka buka ya ka e buang ka tsela yeo ke tsamaileng bophelong ba ka. Le tla utlwa ka mathata ao ke bileng le ona le katleho yeo ke e fihletseng. Hape le hore radio e nkahile jwang hore ke fetole bophelo ba ka. Takatso ya ka ke hore o fumane buka ena ya ka e tla fetola bophelo ba hao. Ya buang ke Dr. Chomani. Take it easy.